Hello, and welcome to the Stoic community. Today, we're tackling the past, those regrets, mistakes, and what-ifs that can hold us back. We'll explore how to reframe your past, learning from failures and harnessing the power of the present to build the future you desire. Let's get started. Life's knocked you down, you're carrying that weight, those mistakes, those regrets. But listen up, that's not your destiny, it's just a chapter. Today, we're turning that page. Your past, it's a minefield of what-ifs and if-onlys. We've all been there, that promotion you missed, the relationship that crashed and burned, the opportunities you let slip through your fingers. They haunt you, don't they? But here's the truth, they don't define you, they never did. Today, we're going to rewire your brain, we're going to transform those past failures into fuel for your future. This isn't some feel-good nonsense, this is about forging yourself into the person you're meant to be. Why should you care? Because right now, you're fighting with one hand tied behind your back, your past is holding you hostage, and it's time for a jailbreak. Whether you're 16 or 60, whether you're at the bottom or clawing your way to the top, this is your wake-up call. So are you ready to break free? Are you prepared to turn your scars into stars? Let's dive in and rewrite your story. The weight of the past. Your past is like quicksand, the more you struggle, the deeper you sink. You replay those moments, those failures, over and over, it's a broken record, and you're the needle stuck in the groove. Think about it, how many times have you stopped yourself from taking a risk because of what happened before? How often do you hear that voice in your head saying, "Remember what happened last time"? It's paralyzing, isn't it? This isn't just in your head, science backs it up. Our brains are wired to remember negative experiences more vividly than positive ones, it's called negativity bias. Back in the day, it kept us alive, now, it's keeping you from living. Imagine carrying a backpack, every regret, mistake, missed opportunity, you toss it in, day after day, year after year. How heavy is that pack now? How fast can you run with all that weight? But here's the kicker, you're not just hurting yourself, the weight affects everything, your relationships, your career, your dreams. You're not showing up as your best self because you're too busy being your past self. And let's be honest, it's comfortable, in a twisted way, right? Dwelling in the past gives you an excuse, I can't succeed because of what happened. It's a get-out-of-jail-free card for not taking risks or putting yourself out there. But ask yourself, is that backpack worth the life you're missing out on? Are those old stories worth sacrificing your future for? Here's the truth, and it might sting a little, the past is only as powerful as the meaning you give it. You're the author of your story, right now, you're letting your past hold the pen. It's time to snatch it back. Reframing the past. Your past isn't a prison, it's a classroom. Every setback, every fumble, every faceplant into the dirt, that's not failure, that's education. You learn to walk by falling, you learn to talk by babbling nonsense. Why should life be any different? Let's borrow a page from the Stoics. These ancient philosophers had a revolutionary idea, external events don't hurt us, it's our judgment about them that does the damage. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. So how do we do this? How do we turn our past from a burden into a boost? 1. Stop seeing yourself as a victim. You're a warrior in training. 2. Get curious, ask yourself what you can learn from past mistakes. 3. Practice gratitude. What if every bad thing that happened was setting you up for something better? Your past doesn't define you, it refines you. It's not about forgetting what happened, it's about changing what it means. Learning from failure. Failure isn't your enemy, it's your greatest ally. Every time you fall, you're not falling behind, you're falling forward. Think about the last time you failed, the gut-wrenching disappointment, the shame, the self-doubt. Now imagine if you could harness that energy, turn that pain into power. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who was born into slavery and rose to become one of the greatest thinkers of his time, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your failure doesn't define you, your response does. Success is a lousy teacher, it makes you think you're invincible. Failure keeps you hungry, humble, and learning. Every scar you have is a lesson learned, every setback sets you up for a comeback. Next time you fail, celebrate, you just found a way that doesn't work, you're one step closer to finding what does. You haven't failed until you quit, everything else is just learning." The power of present focus. Your power isn't in your past or future, it's in the present moment. How much time do you spend reliving past mistakes or worrying about future problems? You're letting life slip through your fingers while stuck in your head. Marcus Aurelius dropped this truth bomb: you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The past is gone, the future isn't here yet. All you've got is now. Focusing on the present is where peak performance happens. I'm not saying ignore your past or don't plan for your future, I'm saying don't let them ruin your present. Your past doesn't need you, your future doesn't exist yet, but this moment needs you fully present. For the next 24 hours, catch yourself whenever your mind wanders to the past or future, bring it back to now. What do you see? What do you hear? What can you do right now to move toward your goals? Your life should be the same way, what's ahead is far more important than what's behind. You can't change the past, you can't control the future, but right now, in this moment, you have the power to choose, to act, to change. Breaking the chains of expectation. Your life isn't a script written by others, it's your story to tell. Society, family, friends, they all have expectations. But those expectations are their limitations, not yours. Lao Tzu said, "Care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner." Every time you live up to someone else's expectations, you're locking yourself in a cell of their design. Challenge every should in your life, question every supposed to. Are these your goals, or someone else's dreams for you? The world doesn't need another carbon copy, it needs you, the real, unfiltered, unapologetic you. Write down all the expectations others have of you, then cross out the ones that don't align with your true self. Shape your future. Your future isn't some distant land you'll stumble into, it's a place you create right now, with every choice you make. Your past is just the raw material, you're the blacksmith, and this moment is your forge. Your past mistakes or your current circumstances do not dictate your future, it's shaped by your actions, your decisions, and most importantly, your mindset. You'll never be 100% ready, the perfect moment doesn't exist. Your future is built in the trenches of today, through blood, sweat, and relentless forward motion. Write down your vision for your future, then write 3 things you can do this week to move toward that vision. Your future is created in the present. Turning pain into power. That pain you're carrying isn't a burden, it's rocket fuel. Every scar, setback, and moment that brought you to your knees is all potential energy, and it's time to ignite it. Nietzsche said, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger." But it doesn't just make you stronger, it makes you unstoppable. Every hardship has taught you something: resilience, creativity, grit. These aren't just fancy words, they're weapons you forged in the fires of adversity. The most influential people in history aren't those who've had it easy, they're the ones who've been through hell and come back with a map for others. Take your biggest pain point, and ask yourself how you can use it, not just for yourself, but for others. Your rock bottom could be the bedrock for someone else's breakthrough. This isn't about pretending everything's fine, it's about acknowledging your pain, respecting it, and then using it as a catalyst for growth. Practical steps. Here are practical steps to transform your relationship with the past. 1. Self-reflection. Every night, ask yourself what you learned and how you can improve. 2. Practice gratitude. List 3 things you're grateful for each morning. 3. Reframe your self-talk. Replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations. 4. Create a failure resume. List your biggest failures and what you learned from each. 5. Practice mindfulness. Set aside time each day to breathe and be present. 6. Reverse engineer your goals. Break big dreams into small daily actions. 7. Do one thing every day that scares you. 8. Practice visualization. Imagine yourself succeeding. 9. Surround yourself with growth-minded people. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, the second best time is now. Your future self is watching, make them proud. Overcoming challenges. Every challenge is an opportunity to prove your strength, sharpen your skills, and become better. 1. Challenge the voice in your head. Action proves doubt wrong. 2. Get uncomfortable, embrace the suck. Growth happens outside the comfort zone. 3. Setbacks are setups for comebacks. Every time you fall, you learn how to get up stronger. 4. Don't worry about others' opinions. Your growth is what matters. 5. Motivation is fickle, discipline is reliable. Build habits that pull you towards your goals. 6. Embrace the feeling of being an imposter. It means you're pushing your boundaries. 7. Visualize your future self thanking you for not giving up. Your challenges aren't stopping you, they're shaping you. What's your dragon? What's the biggest challenge between you and the life you want? Name it, face it, and remember, the bigger the dragon, the more glorious the victory. You've got this, not because it's easy, but because you're strong enough to handle hard. Call to action. Your past doesn't define you unless you let it. Your future is shaped by the choices you make right now. Start today, pick one thing you've been avoiding and do it. Take that first step. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's action in the face of fear. Your past doesn't equal your future unless you live there. You can move, you can grow, you can change. It's not enough to dream about your future, you've got to put in the work to make it real. Every decision and action is a brushstroke on the masterpiece of your life. Are you ready to forge ahead? Subscribe to the Stoic Community channel for more videos on building resilience and achieving your goals. Like this video and share it with others who need this message. Let's do this.